and it's not worth just dismissing summarily because it doesn't make sense to my paradigm.
So
Excellent.
what can you tell us about it?
Okay, so you had Chris on last week.
We did.
He described it. I don't know if I'm going to describe it the same way, but here we go. So Basil and Mobius is an urban fantasy series that would happen if Indiana Jones and James Bond teamed up to go do a series of missions for a Cthulhu monster disguised as a person. And they fight all manner of eldritch horrors and evil sorcerers from prehistoric times, and one very scary vampire ghoul lady who I created in my Story of the Machine, which is in one of the Basil and Mobius books. I think it's
because this series kind of sounds
Little
like it's
Hells.
an accumulation of the themes of all of the stuff we've covered so far. What were some of your other favorite shows or movies that you did?
Well, I just did an episode of 911 that was incredible fun to do. I really enjoyed doing that. I'd have to say possibly my favorite experience, with the exception of Justice League, because working with Zack Snyder is amazing and incredible in every way. Doing Almost Famous was unbelievable.
Okay.
Cameron Crowe is such an amazing director. He's such a good guy. It was telling that story. And, you know, it was like 4 months. It was how I spent a summer, was hanging out with a bunch of people who all liked each other, and we would play guitars all day and laugh. And sometimes they would turn a camera on us. And, you know, it was a journey into an era of music that I love. And it was just heavenly.
Was it difficult when you were switching? Because we're talking about different games. When you guys switched from first edition Pathfinder to second edition Pathfinder, was that a difficult shift? Was that hard? How did that happen?
Oh, well, for me, and I suggest I would think most of the members of the design team, the switch was gradual.
Okay.
Unlike everyone else, where it was kind of like a switch. It was like one day you were playing first, the next day you were playing second. For us, it was this slow evolution because, you know, the first thing we did when designing second edition was put together just kind of a proof of concept test. And what that was just kind of playing around with some of the core identity and what we knew we wanted to change about the game. But if we didn't have any strong opinions on it, we just left it the way it was.
So I wrote Master Formalities, and then I submitted it to my publisher, 47 North. And thankfully they liked it and they published it. And then I wrote I think I wrote The Authorities, but 47 North is a science fiction.
Right.
And there's very little, extremely tiny bits of science fiction in it. It's, you know, actually the little things I had in it that were science fiction, like they were so light that they actually became, you know, reality within like 2 years.
Okay.
Like before the book was published, drones were better than I had them in that book.
Right.
But anyway, so I self-published The Authorities, and then I wrote Run Program, and they published that, and I was very happy about that. But you know, I've sort of done a mix of self-published and published through either 47 North or through Audible.
Okay.
Since I last saw you, and I was like, "Yep, let's play," and it was super fun. It takes 2 minutes to play, maybe like 2 to 3 minutes to play. It's high stakes. You get some grills, and you're just trying to make the best sausages you can. Sausages have ideal lengths. You try to get them into the buns. You know, there's no double entendres whatsoever.
No, none.
So
I'm here for it.
Yes. It is one of the more fun games I've ever made. It's stupid as heck, but it's really, really fun. And if anybody wants a copy, we put it and all of our other stuff on sale recently, which will last not too terribly long. So if you want a copy for not so many dollars, jump on our website at shop.loansharkgames.com and you can have your own sausage party in your own house.
Nice.
I was a huge fan of Star Trek as a kid. I remember the original series. I was so upset when it went off. I was like 10 years old. and I loved it. So the first real Star Trek episode I got, and it was the best part I played, was on Deep Space Nine. I played a Bajoran resistance leader, and I had the little funny little thing on my nose.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And then I kept get caught. The casting people really liked me, and they would bring me in for stuff, and it was smaller roles, oftentimes just to get my health coverage. But I remember one time when I played a Starfleet officer. It was on the one when the Borg was eating everybody. I forgot the name of the movie, but
First Contact? No.
yeah, First Contact. Yeah, it was First
Contact. Okay.
Cool.
You have a favorite class you play in World of Warcraft?
You know, I always have a favorite class that's different every week, which is why I
Okay.
have 4 level 70 characters waiting for the next expansion.
Nice.
I like the Warlock. I use my Warlock for soloing because they're so overpowered. It's insane. I use my Paladin as my gatherer for herbs and mining because a Paladin, you can't kill them.
Yeah.
They're boring. It's a protection Paladin. You can't kill them. I'll stay alive. You're not going to kill me. But 3 hours later before I kill you, but I will.
You were there from the get-go. Let's
I was there before it was Shadowrun. I was in Chicago for a meeting with the FASA crew, and we were out at dinner, and Jordan Weissman raised the conversation. Okay, what's going to be the next big thing? You know, because they were looking for another property.
Right.
And this was back in the 80s. So in terms of properties that were different at the time, I suggested cyberpunk. This was before Mike Pondsmith did his cyberpunk was out.
Right.
And Jordan wasn't too sure about that.
But the violence is about a world in which there's a new kind of pandemic in which people break out in random acts of animalistic violence. So it opens with a lady shopping in like a Costco, looking at a mayonnaise jar. She drops the mayonnaise jar, picks up a bottle of Thousand Island dressing and beats the nearest shopper to death with it, then drops the bottle and selects her mayonnaise and just keeps going. So that's how this pandemic works, is you randomly just kill someone and then move on with your life. Which of course throws America into chaos, because at first, you're like, well, how do we know who has the violence and who doesn't? People are dying. How do we help them? By the time we get to a 911 call, someone's already dead, and the person who did the violence is confused and has no idea it happened. And then, of course, that gives a very good way for a woman who's caught in a domestic abuse situation to get away from her abusive husband.
We've got a great Driz book coming out that Bob put together, that it basically takes all those journal entries that Drizzt has at the beginning, the parts of the books.
Yeah.
And he's put them all together as the Tao of Drizzt.
And they're in chronological order, correct?
They're in chronological order, and that's coming out soon. And I think it's wonderful. I mean, I was really moved by it, and again, I love when I get the chance to. What I'm doing is communicating something that's of value.
Yeah.
Whether either it's totally entertaining, which is fine, but also something that really has a message that's valuable, that is going to help people in their lives. And I feel that with Drizzt. I mean, I feel, my theory is all great stories are about moral ambiguity. And that's what he faces is, how do I be a good person in an imperfect world?
Outland Entertainment. They have done other comics for us in the past, and we are working with them to publish some of the stuff, some of our fiction, as well as some of the comics, and both a Weird West comic and a comic for Deadlands Dark Age.
Like that with Munchkin Batman, because one of my favorite characters from the whole Batman mega story is King Tut. And I wanted to put King Tut in the Batman game that we did with Munchkin, but it turns out that he's part of a different licensing package. It just wasn't available to us.
Oh,
Oh
that's
well. Yeah, it was sad, but we got lots of stuff in there. It was great.
That's great. And that's the new one that just came out, right?
That's the new one.
How excited are you to show people this game? Is it something that's just like, are you a big comic book fan?
10, maybe 12, 14, something like that. I mean, I got to write dialogue for Batman.
Right.
John Kovalik got to be a Batman artist for real.
Hey, I want to do your books, or did somebody else kind of connect you to?
He actually rescued me from Bahrain when he was in his army days.
Okay.
And he took a helicopter in. No, he's one of those guys who's got pretty good stories like that. So I wish it was cooler. He got onto me through Hunter.
Okay.
Hunter and he knew each other. Hunter Blaine is another series that I do the Preternatural Chronicles for. And Hunter he was pumping. Justin was starting his stuff, and Hunter suggested me. And the thing that sets Justin apart is he's like, talks the talk and walks the walk, in that he's like, I want to do this, and then he does all these things to follow through, like getting the sales up by working the promotion, by putting some money in, so we have really killer cover.
It's time to start the podcast. It's time to play some games. It's time to have some fun here on the Epic Show tonight.
We'll see some off the pod here, enjoy some great alerts. We'll have a grand old time here watching Epic Rounds tonight. We love it when we come here, we clip all of the screens. The chat gets kind of trolly on Epic Rounds it seems. But that's an awesome part of the Epic family. So let's enjoy the show now and start another hype train. We'll see the spicy chips fly on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, epicational. This is what we call the Epic Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Welcome to Wednesday night tabletop role playing on Epic Realms. We are back for another installment of the what is it? 1 shot, 3 shot, 5 shot, however many shot game of Dragon Bane there is. You see, Bryan is holding up the book right up there in the thing. We are joined by our friend Matt, aka Zine. You will also note that we are joined by Seven Tail Fox, aka Kit. You guys all know them from chat and here in the channel and elsewhere, as well as our GM, the one, the only Bryan, aka Rockheim, is here to run the game of Dragon Bane by what is it? Free something press.
Free League Publishing.
Free League Publishing. That's it. I knew it. I got it. So, welcome on in, everybody. Hello, Booms. Thank you very much. Redneck Jedi contributing to the Paranormal Challenge. Booms as well. Zine as well. Zine officially and not necessarily unofficially first, but you are officially first. Booms is technically unofficially first with his lurky lurk. So, welcome on in, everybody. And hello, Lyric, acknowledging the banhammer on a black WXL F22, who is posting links and shouldn't be. So, F them. F them. F that. So, and I also want to remind you guys that tomorrow we're going to be doing some tabletop board games tomorrow via Tabletop Simulator. We're going to be joined by Seppi and Mark from Fight in a Box once again to close out their Kickstarter. 110 million% completed on Kickstarter. Tomorrow is the last day to get in on your board game of End of the Line. We're going to be joined by Pixel Nix, Steven the Shark, and Classic Sam, who is another streamer that interviews people in a role-playing theme. So a lot of GMs, game masters. I was on there a couple weeks ago. So she's going to be joining us as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So don't forget that tomorrow. And of course, Friday, more Once Human. With that being said, Bryan, take it away.
All right. Thank you all for coming and joining us again. We do have some channel point rewards if you want to influence the game, either for our lovely players or for the devious game master. Please feel free. We are happy to have you join us in this endeavor. Where we last left off, our intrepid band of adventurers proceeded to head to the not quite yet ruins, but the a vacant temple of Serenfe, as they were kind of hired on to do, just outside the cozy little village of Whitecroft. And actually, we're doing pretty decent job taking care of some, shall we say, goblin vagrants. Maybe that would be some goblin bandits that have sort of taken over the place and made it their own. And they did pretty good as far as being pretty stealthy and pretty and pretty quick and decisive in their battles. And McAnder there had his Rambo moment of coming out of the water to hack a guy down. It was a vision of slow-mo beauty. But as all plans, once there's contact with the enemy, plans seem to have changed slightly as they were discovered by a warg, as you can, here I'll ping it there, and who howled and has now drawn the attention of effectively everybody else on the map.
Everybody.
However, the scary, fearsome howl that this warg bellowed.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And while the players did not become afraid or feared by this creature, the jig is up, and now it's going to get serious. So we're going to jump right into it. And at the top of the round, we have Bastion.
Okay. Well, I think first order of business is to take down this warg.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
Take it down, take it down. Boop. Jungle boogie. No.
Sure.
Oh, there we are. Okay. All right. I found us again. Wait, where am I?
You were.
Oh, right. I was
in the other room. Yeah, you ran out of it.
Back over here.
That's right. I did the tactical repositioning. What was my speed again?
Like double mine.
Yeah. McAnder is definitely the slowest of the bunch.
It's those webbed feet. You gotta flip.
Oh, and actually, before you do anything, I'm gonna do a quick I'm just gonna pop up your guys' tokens real quick, just so everybody can kind of see who you look like.
All right.
Yeah.
This is what Bastion looks like. Bastion is a wolfkin. And I'll leave it as that.
Maybe. It didn't pop up for me.
Oh, it didn't? Dang it. I thought it...
Same for me, it did not.
It says if you click on the thing and hit Z, it should pop up a larger version. Did that...
Shift Z.
Oh, Shift Z. I see what I fucked up. Pardon me. Let's try that.
There we go.
Work?
Hey.
Aha.
There I am.
Renfield says hello
Here's a
to
little-
everybody, by the way.
Hello.
So that's a quick, brief picture of Bastion here. And then I'll just kind of go down the line. Whoops. And of course, if I hit the right button, that would help. Here is Epic's character, Krisana the Bold.
He's a little halfling.
Little halfling. And then you have our stoutest warrior. Well, I guess that could be an argument between him and Bastion, but this is McAnder of Half Bay, was it?
Half Bay, that it is.
A Mallard Knight and Nobleman. or maybe not nobleman. I don't know. A knight trying to become a nobleman, maybe. Who knows?
Don't get your feathers in a ruffle. Surprised nobody said that yet. So.
We're gonna jump right into it. Bastion, top of the round. It is you. What are you gonna do?
Well, I've got a movement of 14. I don't think I can quite get to the warg. So what I'm gonna do.
And you should be able to. I'm pretty sure the dead goblins there. You should be able to move your token over them. I believe.
Yeah. I think for now. Oops, wrong button. There we go. I'm going to move myself. Tactically positioned.
Okay.
Over this dead goblin.
Yep. Okay.
And I will have, I guess, my spear at the ready to stabulate at it when it comes within stabulation range.
So you are readying an action?
Yes.
Are you? So the warg is next. Are you swapping with the warg?
Oh. Well,
So
no, I
just to let
couldn't do that
everybody
at this
know
point because I've
who-
already moved. That's right.
Yeah, so how the game works is there's basically 10 cards labeled 1 through 10. Each character draws a card, and then usually groups of monsters get a card. Sometimes more if they are ferocious, which doesn't matter a whole lot in this particular instance. But and then if you want to delay, you can swap a card, your card, with someone else, and then basically have them go and you take their spot. But you are correct. You did move, so technically you'll have to do something. Now, I will say this much: doesn't look like you're injured.
I'm not. I suppose could I throw a short spear at it from here?
Let's take a quick look. Does a short spear have a range?
It's got a range of strength ×2, so yes.
So yes, you can indeed throw a short spear.
There we go. There's something I can do. All right. Short spear away.
So you said it was your strength ×2?
For the range, yes.
And how much distance is that?
My strength is 18, so 36.
Dear Lord. Okay, so you're well within the short range. Yeah, not an issue there.
I don't think we're going to run into a room that's probably bigger than that.
Yeah, it would be a pretty big room.
So you chuck your spear, and it does clip the side and cut a nasty gash on the warg in kind of its probably its left front kind of shoulder area. So now because I think last round Kursana threw a dagger and hit it for some damage, if I recall.
Indeed.
And then and now you with the spear also damage it. It is still up, but it is a hurting unit. It is not happy.
All right.
Is that it for your turn?
I believe that's all I'm able to do.
Okay. It is now the warg's turn. I would like, tell you what, Bastion, you started us off. I'd like you to roll a d6.
D6.
Zion and Seven Tail, Renfield have given you a follow. It's Rockheim 121. And Seven Tail, I think, is the only one that streams currently.
Thank you. 3 on the D6.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna roll it manually here, but well, actually no, I can just roll a die. That's fine. I'm gonna say Makander is 1 and 2, Kursana is 3 and 4, and Bastion's 5 and 6. So it looks like it's going for Kursana. So the warg rushes up and opens its drooling jaws and delivers a ferocious bite. So, all right, you're to dot. So for monster attacks, so the warg is considered a monster as opposed to an NPC, which runs NPCs run very similar to the players. But for the monster, you typically don't get to parry a monster attack unless it says so, but you can try to evade it.
Yes.
Which is what I'm guessing you're trying to do.
I'm going to evade, but I just want to bring that up so I could read what they do because I couldn't remember how to read it privately to myself.
No worries, no worries.
So I will evade, and it does not consume my action because I have fast footwork.
So if you do both fast footwork and hard to catch, you will not lose your action, and you get a boon on your evade roll, which is probably a good thing. So go ahead then and make your evade roll.
I succeed.
You succeed. The fetid breath of this nasty, nasty warg who smells like they've eaten nothing but rotting meat. It chomps down with this clack of teeth right in front of your face, but you manage to just like matrix the shit out of that to get out of the way.
So those abilities
And
take points, right? Where did that take points from?
Willpower.
It takes from your willpower points. If you click on the,
there it is down below.
I think it already did because your willpower.
Yep, I see it.
Is showing lower.
Yep. I was looking on the character sheet, not on the.
Oh, gotcha.
Should also roll your second boon in case you get a 1 or a 20.
That's true. You can. Because you're rolling with a boon, so yeah, go ahead and roll again just to see, like he said, if you get a nat 1, basically, which would be better than your 12.
Close.
Oh, close.
Close.
And that's so you don't get the check mark thing, but you still dodge that org, no problem.
Awesome. Thanks for the little cornfield.
It is Goblin Warriors' turns. Give me just a second here. Let's see, that guy. And that guy. Okay. Let's see. They move at a 10. Okay. So, so you guys hear movement further down the hall. I am making their tokens visible more for the people watching than anything, but you can kind of see where they're at on the map. I guess just.
I mean, that was zoomed in pretty close. So
exactly where they are, but they're coming. And that was the Warriors. So then the Scouts.
they're coming our way.
They are indeed coming your way. Sorry, this is so exciting. I'm sure just seeing my face as I lean in close to try to get this all set up here.
I mean, it's not just your forehead.
It's not? What if I do this? Does it go away?
No, it doesn't, in fact.
My forehead will never go away. Okay, so then going back tokens. So these little buggers go like so. But these three, 1, 2, 5. Yep, okay. That one's gonna double, basically move and then use their action to dash, or however you want to describe it effectively. Oh yeah, it actually says dash. Hey, I even got the term right. Yay. Actually, those two run up there and dash. This one down here is going to shoot at, I think, McCander, because you're the closest to... You are the closest bad guy as far as they're concerned.
Now I'm assuming I can't parry ranged attacks, correct?
Typically, no. However, there are some heroic abilities that...
You can evade it if you have an action.
But you can try to evade it.
Nah, I'm at Bane's to evade.
Because you're in full plate.
Yeah.
Alright, so it is... Shooting a short bow. Oh my god! It hits you!
No!
So the little bugger fires out a shot that does... and hits you for 9 damage.
For 9? I don't like that.
9. Good chunk.
Oh.
Raid! Welcome in, Raiders! Coming on in, tabletop role playing, doing some Dungeons and Dragons Tales of Initiative. How you guys doing? We've raided into you guys before. How are you guys doing? What were you playing? What were you doing? What was the Tales? What was the Tales of the Initiative? A little shouty out for you. Thank you, Krasif. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Vaguely Haley. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated, guys. We're doing a new game system called, Dragon Bane, new to us. And this is our third time playing it around, doing some combat.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Can you see it? Rockheim's got it. But yeah, guys, go check out anybody who's hanging out here and doesn't already, go and follow Tales of Initiative. They do a lot of tabletop role playing over there. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope your stream was awesome. I hope you had a good time. I hope nobody TPK'd, or maybe that's why they rated it out. Maybe they're like, oh, we all died.
But hey, speaking of TPK, why don't you spend some channel points and help out the Game Master destroy my players? I mean,
no, help the players!
Make it a challenging game of daring do. Yeah.
Daring do. Thank you, Cyber Yarrow, for contributing to the Paranormal News Challenge. That'll be the third of the 3 challenges, and you guys are probably going to hit them all before the challenge ends, so we will have a paranormal news, I'm sure. All right, so all the bad guys are done going, right?
All the bad guys are done for the moment. It is now McCander's turn.
So McCander looks at the arrow that's like embedded into his chest and kind of smiles a bit as he walks towards the goblin.
Well done. Well done.
So that's hi, I'm a goblin and I'm about to attack this guy that's gonna kill me. Welcome to Jackass. Is that what I'm getting?
Yep. So
Somebody clip that.
So I swing at him with the axe of the Dawn Legion.
All right. Hey,
For
you hit.
15 plus a d6 damage.
Yeah. I mean, feel free to roll the d6.
17 damage.
Yeah. It's not even a question.
And then I move up to that one with the rest of my move.
Okay.
And that is it.
Very nice. Okay, and then a thing happens. Hold on a second. I'm right layer? No, I can. Yeah, I am.
Oh.
That.
You have no idea how much that just changed my brain. I was just like, okay, we're doing the thing, and I'm like, oh my god, that was great.
That was like perfect. Chef's kiss. Okay, something did a thing. It is now Chrisana the Bold's turn.
Great. Well, I'm right next to this thing, and if I move, it'll probably try to eat me. So I might as well shove my dagger down its throat.
All right.
So I do have a question about that. Since our wolfkin friend has a long spear, would Chrisana be able to do sneak attack?
Let's double check.
Because it would be great if it worked.
Well, yes, because it has to be within 2 meters of another enemy. He is technically within 2 meters.
2 meters. Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, and he's actually...
So the enemy has to be within 2 meters of another player character.
Awesome.
So, Chrisana is close enough. Technically, Bastion would have to be 1 square closer to give.
Oh, right, because each square is 2 meters.
That's right.
Well, I mean, from
But
corner
you know
to
what?
corner,
I
it's 2
say
meters.
screw that rule of cool, because realistically, this thing has already gotten attacked with spears that Bastion has plenty of.
And you
So I'm
can make
gonna
an
say-
exception because he's got a long spear and can hit him from there.
Yeah,
Yes.
technically I'd be threatening, to use the D&D term.
All right, rule of cool.
So I would say yes.
Nice.
I'll allow it for this instance because I think that's fun.
All right, so it's that, just so it pops up there, and then I'm making... Oh, and so it counts off on my willpower points. Is there a drawback if you have used up all of your willpower? Or is it
You
just that you
can't
don't get
use
any more?
It's just that you don't get any more unless you take a rest, there is the round rest, which can gain back willpower.
Okay. So I'm going
It
to...
basically takes your action to rest.
Sounds good. And
There
so-
may also be like magic items that like a potion or something that might give it back. You never know.
Gotcha. So I'm going to use my dagger.
And you get a boon on it.
Let me get a boon,
And
so I
you
roll
get to
twice.
attack with a boon.
Good thing
And
I get
it's
that
good you
boon.
did, 'cause-
Yeah.
Okay, so you do hit. So you get to roll your damage, and then you get to add a d8 for the backstab, as in addition to everything else.
All right, so one of these I roll the... Doesn't one of these buttons do the damage for me?
If you
Yeah,
clicked
so-
your weapon, it would have.
I did.
No, you clicked on the skill.
Oh.
You clicked on knives.
So if you scroll down to your, I'm assuming.
Oh,
dagger or
gotcha,
whatever
gotcha. Okay. Well, here, I'm just gonna... So I can.
Yeah, we'll ignore. I mean, you hit. You got the attack off. That's not the worry. And then you get to add another d8 to that.
So 10 total.
Okay, whoops, I'm on the wrong. There we go. 10 damage. It has no armor.
Come here, doggy.
You know what, I'm gonna do a thing real quick here. There. I keep trying to click on the guy, but the treasure deck's down there, so I keep clicking on the treasure deck.
Oh.
So, but I have now. So you as it lashes out at Bastion, who's got the longer spear to kind of keep it distracted, you bring your dagger and just right up into the neck, and it gives one last mournful little weak little howl turned yelp, and then it kind of collapses on the ground.
Go team. I kind of like look up over my shoulder because you're
Now,
probably
do you
like,
wanna
yeah,
move?
and I'm like, yeah.
You want to move, or do you want to? Because you didn't move yet. If you wanted to.
I didn't. And my movement is, as I recall, a number on my sheet.
Be above your inventory.
Above my inventory. I've got inventory, and then I've got abilities and spells. Yeah, I've got abilities and spells above my inventory. Movement, there it is, way over there. 12. 12!
Admittedly,
It's above
if
my
you-
skills.
If you don't have the character sheet fully expanded out, then some of those things kind of shift around.
Oh yeah.
At least that's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
I will move to there.
Okay. You see that there.
And I go,
is a
oh,
whole
hey, there's a
goblet-
couple of them up here.
Also, sorry, I had it hidden before, but now that you guys are there, I probably should show up. You also see there is a orc.
Oh.
Provided I can click on it. Did it pop up? No.
I see it on the screen, but I don't see it as a pop-up. There we go. So did you get this game as a digital thing and you got all these tokens as well? Or did you make all the tokens?
No. Well, some of the tokens, so any of the tokens that are square are ones I made in a token maker. But I have the PDF. So Roll20, I bought the Roll20 for the Dragon Bane. So,
Yeah.
So all the rounded tokens
Came with that.
were created.
Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I was guessing.
So basically, if you see a square token, you know it's one I made,
Okie dokie. So like the ward.
like the ward.
I still like that
But
jackass.
you, that was beautiful. You do see there is a orc wielding two scimitars, kind of shouting orders to the rest of them there. And I believe then, so you moved up, so that would be your turn. So then we are going to initiative. Are you doing your ability, Bastion?
I am doing my ability.
Okay, so you're going to still be at a 1 then. And so then we'll start with the Goblin Warriors. Now that makes sense for the Goblin Warriors, as they are probably crapping their pants right now. Surprisingly, the Goblin Scouts seem to have their act together. Hey, McCander stays the same. That's nice.
Do they though? Do they have their shit together?
Was there anyone else? Nope, that was it. All right. So we have, in no particular order, just kidding. First on the initiative is Bastion.
All right. So, first order of business is removing our 14 feet movement speed over here to rejoin our friends.
Okay.
And then, has either of these goblins been attacked yet, or are they both still full?
They are both still up and running.
Okay. Then I am going to try to long spear stab this one on the left.
All right. Go ahead and make your spears attack.
Long spear.
Ooh. Nice.
Nice.
Hot damn.
So, now, for those of you who are just joining us or new to the game, just to let you know, so this game uses a D20 for pretty much everything that you're rolling, as far as like skill checks, things of that nature, saving throws. But it kind of works in reverse to what you're used to with D&D. If you roll a natural 1, that's considered a dragon roll or a critical success. And if you roll a nat 20, it's considered a demon roll or a critical failure. There are a couple of benefits to getting a critical success and even for getting a critical failure, and that you can put a check mark by your skill to potentially level it up later on. That's kind of how you do experience. But in addition to that, with a critical success, you can choose to do something, well, nasty, basically. Where did my critical hit thing go here? So if you critical hit with a melee attack, you can decide to do one of the following. Do double damage, not including your damage bonus for like the high strength or high agility. You could perform a second attack on a near enemy, or you could ignore their armor. So, but that's only with a piercing weapon, which, hey, you have.
Yeah.
You can also potentially shove someone if you wanted to.
I'm honestly kind of digging that second attack against the nearby enemy, because there's
Yeah.
another one right there.
Hello,
Okay,
Jax.
so
Welcome
first,
in.
Let me resolve the damage on the first guy.
All right.
And let's see, they have an armor of that, and you did that, and so that guy is now that.
Well, I'm very glad I did not opt to double the damage.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and make your attack roll on the second guy.
Beautiful. Heck yeah.
And you know what? I think that particular goblin scout. Yeah, I think that goblin scout is going to try to evade.
That's fair.
And eat up their action to do that, because to be quite frank, otherwise you guys are gonna kill it. But we'll see how well that goes, because their evade is not the greatest. Where did my evade roll? There we go. And in fact does not evade.
Heck yeah.
And that was for 8 damage.
Yep.
That little bugger is still up, but not by much.
Ah.
You impale it in the belly, and it is not happy, but it's actually looks down at the spear in its belly and is as surprised as you are that it's still up.
It like managed to just evade enough to not die outright.
Pretty much.
All right, fair.
And are you doing any more movement, or are you staying put?
No, I'm staying put. That's my full movement. So.
Okay, so the other goblin scouts that are up north there, yeah, they're just gonna shoot at Bastion, because they saw your people like
shit.
Nobody's business. They are shooting with short bows. So the first shot will hit for 3 damage. The
Okay, and
second shot,
armor reduces that, right?
armor reduces damage by the armor value. Yep.
And that's for both the armor and the helmet, yeah?
Added together. Yep. Your total armor capacity.
So if my total armor is 3, does that mean that I take 0?
Correct. So the second shot hits, does 0 damage then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, thank you for that open helmet. Gave me that 3 armor.
Nice.
But the third
Glad
shot
that worked
does
out.
hit
Yeah.
and does 8 damage.
8 damage?
Yeah, the third attack was 8 damage.
Oh. Okay, well that one's gonna hurt.
And basically you guys see like one arrow like hits his leather halberd and just kind of bounces off. The other one dings off the helmet. And as you're sitting there going, hey, thanks for the helmet, the third one right in the chest. Like, oh, that didn't bounce. And, there you go.
But you're okay.
Well, I guess third time was the charm.
Ish.
Yeah, I'm still okay-ish. On a scale from 0 to 17, I'm at about a 12.
Love it. Alrighty. After you, I believe.
Until the orc chieftain goes. Then you will no longer be at a 12.
The orc chieftain's turn. Let's see. You know what? I think actually the orc chieftain is gonna delay and is gonna take where my orc and gives barks some orders to the goblin warriors, making them go at a 6. And the goblin warrior, and so barks some orders, and the goblin warriors not wanting to get super close, but they are going to go to here because they also have long spears and are going to attack. Whoops, no. Sorry, they're moving up to here and are going to attack Makander with spears. And come on, computer. The first attack looks like it will hit for 6 damage.
Okay, pings off my armor.
The second attack looks like it will also hit, this time for 14 damage.
Can I try to parry that one?
If you want to use, do you want to use your action to parry, or do you have the ability to?
I have the ability where I can parry without consuming an action.
Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Then go ahead and make your parry roll.
Oh, I did not make it.
Okay, so you will take the 14 damage.
You could push it.
Of course, minus whatever
Yep.
armor stuff you got.
could push
Do
the roll too.
math. You're right. I could push the roll, couldn't I?
Well, you can push the roll.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use ill-tempered
Okay.
instead.
And
So
what
that
does that
will
do?
cost me 3 willpower.
Okay.
But I get to make the roll with a boon.
Yep.
And then I become angry as well. So I mean, it's
Grrr.
like pushing it,
But it's a specific kind of.
But it's a specific type of thing that I get to do as a mallard.
Well, and here's the thing. Technically, you can push the roll, and then if you still don't succeed, then you can use ill-tempered. So in a way, it's like pushing twice.
Wow.
On the same roll.
Nice. Well, let's see. I do it this time.
Okay,
Nice.
so you do not take the 14 damage.
I really wish I would have got another nat 1 to be able to attack back, but oh well.
That would have been cool.
Well, and for oh yeah, I think for parry, that's right. If you do get a crit on
Yep.
parry, you can attack back. That's right. And then this guy. And that guy moves down there, and that is it for the Goblin Warriors. Then it is Macander's turn.
Makander is going to attack
Okay.
for 16 plus a d6. Do I need to roll that for the guy that has like 1 health left?
No. No, in point of fact, we'll just click on that. And then we'll just do that.
And
Okay.
I will step forward.
All right.
That is all that I can do.
Kursana, you are next.
Think I'm going to move up to there as well.
Okay.
And I am going to let's see. I want to save my 3 willpower in case these guys attack my sorry ass. So actually, I'm not going to sneak attack, so I'm just going to stay where I'm at. But I'll move up to here.
Okay.
But I'm going to throwing dagger. So that one. Hey, Grinder, welcome in. So I'm going to throwing dagger that
Well
one
done.
over there.
The one on the left there?
Yeah, the one on the left.
Gotcha.
I miss.
You miss. Unfortunately, your dagger kind of sails past, and I'll say probably falls in the square behind the guy.
I am going to. I can push it, right?
You can, yeah, actually, sorry. Unless you want to push the roll.
I do.
Chat has redeemed a dice reroll.
Oh, or I'm just gonna get a reroll.
Hey.
So if you want to use that as your reroll then, and then you don't have to push.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right.
3 damage.
So you will hit the guy.
You were right, Grinder. You were right. Oh no.
Your dagger does do kind of like a minor slash on the guy's arm, but still looking fairly healthy. More
It's okay.
angry than
It happens. I'm like, well, that didn't work, guys. Sorry.
Is that it for you then, Kursana?
I also give them the finger. Yeah, I don't think I can do any. I don't think there is anything else I could do.
Okay. Then it is the Orc Chieftain's turn. Oh, yeah, gotta look at the right guy.
Right.
Okay. Okay. The Orc Chieftain is going to move up to there. And then the Orc Chieftain is going to use an ability. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so it's going to do the dual wield here. So it's going to attack with scimitar. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Okay, so the first attack is done normally. Oh, just barely misses. Sad day. The second attack
Like a chieftain.
is rolled. Right, so that was against Makander. The second attack is going to actually go against, I think, Krisana.
So as he swings at Krisana, Makander just uses his guardian ability and is going to force the attack to go against him.
Okay.
And as he does, he's going to like start humming a song that will play in like 10 seconds.
I think Makander might need to take the performance heroic ability.
Right? Jeez.
Like the singing knight. Okay, so he is attacking you. Now, are you going to try to deflect it, or are you just going to get hit?
Yep, I'm going to try to deflect it.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't actually roll it though. Hold on. I do not.
Okay, so you will then get hit for 8 damage.
Okay.
And that is it for the Orc Chieftain. And that is going to be the start of a new round. Bastion, are you going to use your ability to retain your initiative?
I am.
Okay. So, we'll do it this way. Because you always have to shuffle the deck every round. But anyway. Goblin Scouts are peeing their pants and go at a 10. It's their turn now. Goblin Warriors gathered some gumption and go at a 3. All right. Let's see, who's next on there? Makander goes at an 8. Ooh. Persona goes at a 9.
Well, that's pretty terrible.
And the
Yeah, that's not good.
Orc Chieftain goes at a 4. Provided the thing lets me. All right. So, top for the round is Senor Bastion.
Really wish his hunting instincts ability didn't take up an action. Otherwise, that would be much more useful.
Yeah, you have to like
it
prep it before
does.
combat starts.
Pretty much, yeah. So I think I'm just gonna try to stab the Orc Chieftain and try to kill him before he can kill us.
Good plan.
I like this plan. Let's do it.
Yeah, there we go. That's not bad.
Orc Chieftain is going to... sorry, hold on a second. Let me scroll back down.
Thank you for the follow.
And that is a
much appreciated.
great shot. However, the Orc
Thank you,
Chieftain
Dale.
is going to use an ability.
Follow over on YouTube.
this guy and all his using abilities.
And blocks your attack.
What? Well, fine then. Didn't want to stab you anyway.
That just sounds
So-
bitter.
So the Orc Chieftain is an NPC, but as you have seen with your own abilities, has
Well played. Well played.
Good job, Grinder.
Did you want to move or do anything else?
That's a good question. This might end up not being the greatest idea, but I think I am gonna move up 5 feet just so that I'm within range of the Orc Chieftain to give
2 meters, not 5
sneak
feet.
attack possibilities, and I'm within range to stab those Goblin Warriors if it comes to it.
Remember that this is a Swedish role-playing game. They use metric, so it's 2 meters, not 5 feet.
Right. Meters. Sure. Sorry, I gotta forget my freedom units for a second.
Had to go.
Yeah,
there.
no,
Had
I'm
to go there.
Wow.
a little bit more dangerous spot, but I think this is the optimal place to be.
All right. After Bastion is the Goblin Warriors. They are going to. Let's see. This guy's going to move down for sure. Actually, no. That guy's going to stay up there. He's not done. He's going to let the boss and the big guys take care of it. The 2 Goblin Warriors are going to attack. I think they're going to attack. One's going to attack Makander, and I think the other one's going to attack Bastion. Yeah. We'll do that. So, starting with the attack on Makander. Well, they miss. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and roll a d6, Makander. This guy was going against you.
D6.
Yep.
A 1.
You see that guy drops their long spear at their feet. They fumble so bad.
Nice.
That's this gentleman right there. Right there. The other one, and of course I just escaped out of the thing that I needed to be back in, because that's silly of me. The other one will attack Bastion. That's an attack against Bastion, which will hit unless you have something defensively that you can do.
I do not have anything defensive that I can do.
Oof, then you will take 15 damage.
15?
Yep.
Okay, well, I had 12 hit points and 3 armor, so that would take me to exactly 0.
Okay, so now we get to learn about dying rules.
All right, this was not the optimal positioning strategy for myself.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die.
Oh, I love it. All right. We'll
I have nothing I can say
So-
to defend myself here.
when we get back to your turn, we'll deal with what that means.
Okie dokie.
We'll leave it at that. But seeing that you are down currently, I'm gonna. Oh, why are you not? should be able to. There we go. I'm just going to temporarily do this on you, even though you're not like dead, but
Sure.
the Orc Chieftain then is going to attack McAnder because I think he's going to press the offense there to dear old.
Chat redeems a heal.
Oh, hey, there you go. Not a bad thing to do. So I forget.
I think we were doing a D4.
Was it a D4? Okay.
I'll
So
take
go
a
ahead
D4.
and roll a D4.
It was a D100.
That's a 2.
All right. So gonna do dual weapons again. First attack on McAnder.
I will use defensive.
Well, the first attack misses.
Oh, nice.
The second attack does hit.
Okay.
So now you can use your defensive if you want to.
Yes. I make it.
And you block it. And the here, Bastion, I'll take the X off of you. You bring your shield in just in time, and the damage was a 4. What's your shield's hit points or
15.
Okay, so yeah, that's not going to do enough to. So anytime you successfully block, we just have to double check what the damage is, because if it exceeds your shield or blocking items damage threshold thing, then it effectively breaks the item, just meaning you have a bane to use it until you get it fixed. But he didn't do enough damage to worry about that, because it basically the damage just has to exceed the shields or armor or weapons thing. That was it for the Orc Chieftain. It is now McAnder's turn to
attack.
Run.
Not the worst strategy.
This
McAnder
is
says
the bad guy.
McAnder says, Daffy of the Dusk and Donald of the Dawn, I call on your power. And you see his feathers get all ruffled as
Chat redeems a heal.
Because, I can be cheap that way.
that's the heals for McAnder.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's only 1, but hey, it's 1.
Hello, Barlock. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good evening.
And then, I'm attacking this dude.
Are you attacking
the chieftain?
The chieftain.
So close.
Let me double check one thing real quick here. How much? How much willpower does he have left? That's not right. Sorry, give me just a brief second here.
Mm-hmm.
He did the duel twice, that's 6, and he did the defense once, so he should be down 9. So yeah, that's not right. It should be there for his willpower. Okay. So I got that resolved. Now
14 damage.
try to do defensive to block and blocks.
Okay. Is 14 damage enough to mess up his weapon?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because he's done defensive twice now against attacks.
That's a good point.
Oh.
Rules. Use them against GMs. They love
Except for, as you've always stated, what's good for the players is good for the GM.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was your damage?
14.
Yeah, that scimitar is damaged. He will attack with a bane with that scimitar.
Good.
Going back to the
Which
classic old second
conveniently, if
edition
you're-
sundering.
But conveniently, if you're using that as your offhand weapon, it already attacks with the bane anyway, so it's not actually doing a whole lot for.
Yeah, but when he tries to parry again, he'll have to figure out what parrying is with. He's going to try to mess up his other one, or?
Well, because that's the kicker. I think if you parry, I believe if you parry with a weapon that's already been damaged and parry again with it, and it does enough to get over, I think it destroys it.
Wow. Awesome.
I believe. I'll double check eventually here, but I could see that happening. Is that it for your turn, McCann?
That is it for Makander.
Krisanna, you are next with the Goblin Scouts on deck. Did it knock down? And it did knock down the willpower that time. Okay. Oof. Not have much willpower left. All right. Uh-oh. Did I get...
Nope. Oh, did Nick get disconnected?
I'm still here.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, Krisanna, it is your turn. All of a sudden it went quiet and I was like, oh crap, did my Zoom lock up or...
Nope. Y'all just went really still for a second there.
All right. Cool. It is your turn, Krisanna of the Bold.
Yeah, I'm just... Do I go after the big bad guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, he's pretty much the only one you can reach unless you're throwing something.
Well, yeah, that's what I... Alright, well, he's not necessarily coming for me yet, so we're gonna... backstab his sorry ass.
Nice.
That is the last of my
Cannot
willpower.
parry or dodge it.
Yeah, that's why that's nasty.
Oh! Smack! Oh!
That'll and roll, and you get to roll with a boon. So roll again, just in case you get a.
Oh, an 8, so that will be in case I get one. Yeah, I'll roll again. But right now it's
22 damage. Oh no, sorry, 19 damage. But still,
19 damage.
19 damage. So. Let's see. What has he got?
Hopefully, death.
Fill up. But severely hemorrhaging a lot of blood as you're basically when Makander there like blocked with this thing and kind of clipped the guy's sword, and the guy looked at his sword angrily. You just came rushing up and just right into the jugular, and there's plenty of blood spraying. However, anger and hate is what's keeping this orc chieftain alive. Anger and hate.
Let the
And they are still up.
flow through you like the dark side.
That's right. I believe. Are you going to move at all, or is that?
Oh, I should probably move.
Because you still do have movement.
Because he's going to fuck my shit up if I don't. Yeah, give it a shot. I'll stay. He might not come after me because these guys are in the way.
All right. So the 3 goblin scouts are going to shoot, and I think they're each going to take a pot shot, one at each of you. Because y'all are scary.
What do you mean? None of them. They've only seen 2 people die so far. 3.
They saw a person as big as them almost cut an orc chieftain in half with a dagger.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't effing know, but there's the logic. So Bastion, I'm going to shoot at you first.
Oh, okay.
That will hit for 6. You can try to evade if you have a action. You don't have an action, do you?
I went first.
Do you have the? I know there's like a dodge ability thing. Do you have
Nope.
anything like that?
Nope. That unfortunately is not the one that I took. So
that will hit you for 6 damage then.
and my armor will reduce that to 3, and that will take me to -1.
Well, it takes you to 0. There's no negative numbers. The next one is going to attack Makander and misses, but they might have learned something in the future.
Yeah, they learned that I'm the squishy targetable one.
Actually,
Don't like that
Makander,
lesson.
Since they rolled a demon roll, I would like you to roll a d6.
Ruh-roh.
5.
Okay, so the 7 damage, roll me one more d6.
I hope they kill their chieftain. That would be amazing. A 5.
And I basically had 1, 2 for this guy, 3, 4 for this guy, and 5, 6 for the chieftain. So the chieftain indeed gets hit for 7 damage. Now the chieftain is still up because chieftain does have some armor, because the chieftain's wearing some chainmail. But you see, like, as the chieftain is looking at you all surprised, Krisana, and is like looking at you with rage and hate, all of a sudden you see an arrow shoots into his left shoulder and like turns around, and you see the 3 goblins sit there, and then the 2 point at the 1. And let's see, that was the attack on, what I say, Makander.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got 1 left here. And then Krisana, one of them will shoot you for 4 damage.
Oh, that's not how that works.
And then,
Okay.
of course, you'd minus whatever your armor rating is from the damage.
Oh, do I have armor rating? I don't think I have armor rating. Do I have armor rating? Oh, I have an armor rating 1. Okay, so I was right.
From your light helmet, I think.
No, for my leather armor.
Oh.
I have a 1.
So then you'll only take 3 damage. And that is it for the Goblin Scouts and the bottom of the round. Bastion, are you continuing to use your ability? Oh wait, you're at 0.
Yeah, I'm unconscious again, so I don't think I can.
Oh, you got hit again? I thought you got healed.
I got healed and then I got hit again.
Oh.
Arrow got him.
So I spent this round tub thumping.
Alright, so then you are not using your ability, because I'm pretty sure you have to at least be conscious to...
But you got up again?
I get knocked down again, but I get up again.
He's got the dwarven drink. He's got the... Wait, what?
I do, in fact, have the dwarven drink.
Yes, you do.
That's why I sang it. Alright, so let's see who we've got at the top. Well, the good news, Bastion, is somebody will most likely have a action to do something to you before you have to roll for a death save.
Oh, that's good.
The Goblin Warriors are getting cocky, alright. Oh, actually, Orc Chieftain stays at a 4, alright. but that may not help the Orc Chieftain when Makander goes first.
Wahaha.
Persona goes at a 6. And Goblin Scouts go at a 9. 9?
Chat redeems a heal.
Ah, Redneck Jedi giving Kid a heal. Coming in clutch. Thank you, Redneck Jedi, for that.
You.
Thank you, Redneck Jedi.
Alright, let's see here.
Thank you
Ooh,
for
3
taking
that
away
time.
my fun, Redneck Jedi.
I mean, you're the
top of
GM
round,
and
I'm
you
gonna
are the
say, though-
system, and we like to buck the system.
That's fair. I will say though, because you were healed after Nish was drawn, I'm gonna say you're still gonna be stuck with your 10 of Nish, but
Yeah, that's fine.
fair enough.
I will accept this.
So then, top of the round is Makander.
It's like the lullaby that bring him back from the dead.
Oh, I missed.
Want to push your roll?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
where that,
'cause I'm
oh no, we suck
feeling-
again plays again.
I'm feeling a little disheartened from that roll.
Okay.
But I hit with this one.
You do, unless, let's see if I can make the magic happen.
Unless he wants to break his weapon.
It's open.
Got 3 willpower left.
Uses all of them for defensive.
Blocks, and the damage is not enough to break the sword, so it's still just.
So
damage.
one question, was he blocking with the already damaged sword, aka did he roll with a bane?
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Oh, ooh.
So still blocks.
Okay. 13
the damage
damage.
is not enough to mess up the scimitar.
Okay.
But as a game master thing, I'll just tell you, totally out of willpower. Not looking good for the orc chieftain. Not looking good at all.
Especially when his goblin guys shoot him again.
Right? The orc chieftain roars something, and this guy will move to like here. And won't do anything. But the other two will attack Makander, I think, at this point, because you're. So first one attacks. And it looks like we'll hit unless
No
you
space.
want to do something.
Nah.
No space.
Space what?
Oh my gosh. Taking 2 at once is a nightmare. Oh.
Oh my god, that was.
Yeah, I'm out of willpower already one, so I can't try to bear it.
Okay, so then that's going to be 12 damage.
Combined or from one of them?
Just from the first.
Jesus. Fuck. I think you got a couple of us on that one. Oh. Oh no. It's almost hype train spicy chip moment.
Is it?
And then the second attack, or the other attack, misses.
It misses.
It
Must be
does
because
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you, and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Oh, mithril breastplate, bitch.
Indeed. Mithril
Chat
breastplate
redeems a
bitch.
heal.
Kit heals.
That is it for the warriors.
There's 4 minutes left for a third person to participate in trying to trigger a hype train.
And it is now the Orc Chieftain.
Or an anonymous person. That's the only other. You can cheat the system as an anonymous.
There you go. Orc Chieftain is going to take a swing at McCander.
Well, I don't like that.
That's with the good sword, which will hit unless you've got something to defend with.
I got nothing.
So that'll be 6 damage.
No! We suck again!
Yeah, I don't think I count because I already did something.
You already did something, yeah, so. But
6
if it
damage,
triggers,
I take
it adds up. If once somebody does trigger it, it does
Okay.
add up. So it's still counting it for the total, just not for the trigger.
There you go. So 6 damage, I think you soak that up. Is that what
Yep.
you said?
Correct.
Okay, then Krisana, you are next. Unless, no, I suppose Orc Chieftain is looking messed up. Actually, the Orc Chieftain's going to move 5, 2, 4, 6. Orc Chieftain's going to move back to there.
I'm busy now.
So he's now up here. Getting the heck out of Dodge. Krisana, you are next.
Well, that's only 10 away. And I think I can throw a dagger 10 away.
So you can throw, so whatever the range increment is for the weapon, that's your quote unquote short range. You can technically throw double that, but if you're throwing past that first range increment, it's with a Bane. Does that make sense?
Turn it up, yeah. Turn it up, yeah. Turn it up, yeah. Turn it.
We have triggered a hype train. All right. For those that are participating, you don't have to, but if you are participating,
I'll go grab my.
we have completed
stale,
the level
spicy
1.
Ones.
Or if you want to do a shot, feel free. Here's my first chip of the first level of hype train. My mouth is
See if I've
watering.
got something that I can do here.
You have something you can do there?
I'll see if I can find some.
You trigger like people to drop bowling balls on your characters. I don't know if you can trigger that remotely.
I mean, I suppose I could. Well, no, actually, right now I don't think I could. Shoot. It's got to be something horrible that I can force myself to eat here.
Oh, the last challenge is done. Wide load and Cat Juju coming in and finishing it off. We finished all 3 of them. We'll have to get those scheduled. Oh my god.
All right, here's
Sláinte.
getting the Game Master drunk.
Ooh, yeah, those stale. They're bad.
Epic Realms can go fuck himself.
Thanks. Thanks, Grinder. Thanks. Appreciate that. I will right now because I just put a spicy chip in my mouth. So if I'm doing a spicy chip, Matt's doing a spicy chip, Brian's doing a shot for the hype trains. Woo!
All right. All right. You won't be able to see me eat it, but I have a small bag of hot mustard Doritos.
Hot mustard Doritos, okay.
Hot mustard Doritos. I will eat a hot mustard Dorito as my chip. I don't even know why I have a bag of hot mustard Doritos.
Me either, but I'm glad you do. I mean, we can get you a bag
I'm
of
not.
spicy chips.
Thank you very much, everybody, for the hype
Oh,
train so
Lord.
far. Let's keep her going.
Oh.
Because, you know, why not get me drunk and then...
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
No, I changed my mind. No more hype train. No more frickin' hype train.
My mouth hurts, but that's funny.
Oh, I'm just, oh, that one I can do.
Get your animated guy, like the hair really goes flying when you're headbanging.
I know.
That's
I love
awesome.
it.
88% my mouth hurty, and I'm gonna have to do another one maybe.
That is not a great mustard flavor.
No.
No.
You know, I'm just gonna prep my shot because I have hope. Yeah, there you go.
There's something in the air that makes me feel that things are gonna go my way. The birds are chirping, tweedly-deet. The sun is shining bright. There's a skip in my step, a pep in my pep, and I don't know why.
We're halfway through level 2. Here's the chip for me.
Chip.
Thank you, Grinder, for a gift of a Highlander 29. And Lyric Lost for playing Lonely Island.
There can be only one unless you're watching the TV show, in which case there's many of them.
Oh, that is not a flavor that should ever be eaten on its own.
I'm not complaining. I'm drinking salted caramel shots of whiskey.
I'll trade you.
I mean, you're allowed. You can do both. Yeah, you can do salted caramel whiskey with the mustard Doritos.
Oh God, no. No.
Lyric says nom nom nom.
Lyric, I hear you.
Oh.
Oh.
The chat's just gonna get all of the bottom level here is just gonna have mouth hurty all day, except for the GM. The GM's gonna get drunk.
Yeah, this could turn interesting real quick. Real quick.
Yeah.
So Chrisana, I believe we were on your turn. You've not gone yet, if I recall.
That's correct. I am going to hold on, I gotta measure again. Alright, I just gotta move up one. I got to move up to there.
Alright.
And throw my dagger at the chieftain's ass.
Okay.
Oh. This is Octavius' most hated alert. He hates that alert more than any in the world. Oh.
You hit.
I throw.
Let's get ready to
Boom! Elbow drop. Dropping the elbow. Right on the Orc Chieftain for 3 damage.
And your dagger hits the Orc Chieftain, but unfortunately bounces off the chainmail.
Yeah, because it doesn't do enough damage.
Yeah.
I figured that was going to be a case.
I mean, you have a pretty decent, a D8 plus a D6 is a pretty decent roll. It just happened to roll low this time around.
Yeah, I rolled a 2 and a 1. And then I moved back, because I can do that.
Okay.
My mouth hurts. My gums. My gums are...
So how many weapons do you have left?
None.
Bad. Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, no, I've got one. I've got a
say
knife
you're,
left. I've got a knife left. Because I've only thrown 2,
Okay,
right?
because I will say that you, there's probably still a knife over here somewhere when you threw it at the warg. Or I'll be.
I didn't throw it at the warg. Oh, yeah, I did on the last game, didn't I? Last game, that's when we started, then we ended the game. So, yeah, I am out then.
So you do. So I'll say the knife. You see the knife is still sticking out of the warg there. and then I'll say your other dagger or knife that you threw that missed is probably going to be in like that square.
Okay.
And then of course the third is going to be like right, basically in the Orc Chieftain square.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I thought that was gonna work.
Now you only moved back to there. Did you want to move any more, or did you want to just stay where you're at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Because I think you still got some movement left.
I do, but I don't really know. I don't know what I can do. Thank you guys for completing a level 2 hype train. 55% through it. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Oh. We're gonna close up the spicy chips and cry for a little bit. But appreciate the Oh,
I gotta drink something to get that taste out of my mouth.
I'll let you know, ginger beer definitely elevates the spice flavor.
The spice flavor, or just the spice in general?
Just the spice in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's ginger.
Yep.
So I believe then Chrisan, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Just one double. Okay. So then it is the Goblin Scouts.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Okay. First attack I'm going to have against McCander. Hits for 4 damage.
Okay. Ding.
They don't like that. Second attack against McCander. Misses. Third attack against McCander. Hits for 9 damage.
Oh.
And that is it for the Goblin Scouts. And then last but not least is Bastion Bloodjaw.
All right. All right. The 2 warriors right in front of us are probably the ones to go after. Neither one of them was injured, right?
Neither one of them are... well, the one on the left is slightly injured.
Then we'll go after that one.
Okay.
With our long spear. Yeah. What I'm talking about.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. I wish I were jacked up on Mountain Dew. This burning flavor would leave my mouth.
Right.
You stab that guy. They are very unhappy. They are still barely up. Because unfortunately, they have studded leather armor. The warriors soak slightly better than the scouts.
That's fair.
But to say that one is nearing death's door is like saying
Chat redeems a heal. Bastion gets a heal.
Oh. Hey.
Chat redeems a heal.
Aw.
Am I even?
Come on, chat. Help the Game Master out.
The Game Master's not almost dead.
I disagree. There are plenty of bad guys that are almost dead.
And Grinder, you gotta wait 30 minutes before another hype train's triggered. Can be triggered. I think it's 30 minutes. It was either 30 minutes or 60 minutes. But I mean, you are welcome to continue to try and break the system.
So, rolling a niche for the next round. Unless, Bastion, would you like to use your ability to go dead last?
I think no. I would not. Although, with the little
I'm
bit of
bored, so
movement
I
that I've got at the end of my turn here, if I remember right, I may be misremembering this. Was this scout down here the one that I impaled with my short spear? Or was it a different one?
I'm not 100%. I don't
I got a
remember.
bad feeling about this.
Probably. We'll say sure.
All right. Then I think I'm gonna pop back, or just drop, like, hang back a little bit and grab that short spear.
All
to
right.
kind of have something to throw again.
You do so.
Grinder's got a bad feeling about this.
As you should, Grinder.
As you should.
As you should.
Although not as bad a feeling.
Chat
as the
redeems a
Goblin
heal.
Go at a 9. Oh, Krisana goes at the same thing as before. Okay.
I go at the same time as who?
Same as before when I drew you for initiative.
Oh.
So top of the round.
Wait, I got a 7.
You got a 7.
I would then like to use my lightning fast ability.
Second.
You need a channel point redeem
Now I
to
gotta-
heal willpower.
Because now I gotta.
Remove the cards that were already drawn.
Yep. Okay, so you're drawing again. I got 4 cards. Which one would you like?
Oh, I will take the 3rd from the top.
3rd from the top. Okay. That's a 10.
Damn.
So
Well, I guess I will keep my
you'll probably
7.
wanna Stay with the 7. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That was worth a shot.
Orc Chieftain is actually going to trade places with the Orc Scouts and gives them orders to fire. So the Goblin Scouts, that's what I meant to say.
That spicy chip is still coming back to haunt me.
I thought you were about to get sick on stream.
Yeah, it was like the back of my throat, and it's just like the spice and then like saliva, and it was like this glue, and I coughed a little bit and went, heat.
So they are going to shoot at, they're going to start shooting at McCander again. So the first attack on McCander misses. Second attack on McCander misses. Third attack on McCander misses. And that is it for the Goblin Scout's turn. The Orc Chieftain looks in what can only be described as a healthy amount of disgust at his little mortal peons there. And actually, the Orc Chieftain. Let's see. The Orc Chieftain is gonna do a round rest.
Son of a bee. Oh.
Gain back 4 willpower.
Jerkenstein.
Then it is McCander.
Attack the. You said there's one injured and one not injured?
Yes, so this one is near dead. This one looks pretty healthy, although the smell of poop.
I'm
and
gonna
the-
attack the pretty healthy one.
All right. You hit.
For 13 damage.
Okay. Right. And 13. That guy dies.
So if I move here, I don't provoke, but if I move here, would I?
There's no attacks of opportunity.
Oh, okay. So I'll move up to there then.
Okay. And is that it for McCander?
Yep, McCander's done.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna do a thing real quick here, just to kind of clean the board up slightly.
Too many X'd out bad guys?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get some of them out of the way here. Just to make it a little bit easier to see stuff going on, because I'm realizing even for me, it's getting a little chaotic here. That was a warrior. All right. Is that it for McCander?
Yep.
Krisanna, you are next.
So what were the goblins wielding?
The warriors were wielding long spears, and the scouts were wielding short swords and short bows.
Who were the two guys, the two dead guys? Were they scouts or were they?
The one that was right over here was a scout, and the one that was right here, I believe, was also a scout.
Is a short sword just a sword?
A short sword, so it's a goblin short sword. So the special rules for wielding a goblin weapon is if you roll a nat 20 or a nat 1, the weapon breaks, meaning that you attack with a bane.
Right.
But otherwise it works like a normal short sword. So a short sword's, I would believe, like a D10 damage.
Okay, but is it considered a sword or not?
It is considered a sword. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
I just wasn't sure if it was different because it was a goblin sword.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, it is considered a sword.
Okay.
In terms of the skill used.
Well, I don't have a choice because it's the only weapon there, so I pick up the sword.
They also have a short bow.
Oh. Great. I will grab the short bow and shoot the warrior.
Okay.
Actually, I'll shoot the chieftain because he's the one in charge.
All right. And you're well within the first range increment, so you roll normally. Unfortunately, you miss.
I push it. I like to push it.
And unfortunately, you still miss.
I am super disheartened. Super disheartened.
But it was worth a try. Did you want to move or do anything else? Because grabbing the bow and arrow is like a free action because he's right there. And it's not like they're fighting you to hold on to the weapon.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, then it is Bastion.
All right. So, first order of business, we are going to throw this short spear at the orc chieftain.
Okay. And just to verify, they're
Oh yeah.
looks like 16 away.
Well, within my short spear.
Fair enough.
Hacha. That's a hit.
Nice.
That is a hit and can't defensive on that because they don't have a shield. So that's 10. So in the immortalized words of Matthew Mercer, how do you want to do that?
All right. So Bastion's getting kind of smacked down a couple times, like he's struggling to stay on his feet. He's getting a bit unsteady. As this song starts playing in the background. All right, so all of that's going on. Meanwhile, no, Bastion is like struggling to keep his feet. He's like scrambling back up, and he, does a little bit of a retreat to just give himself a little bit of breathing room. Sees the short spear that he chucked in earlier, and just like yanks it with one savage motion out of the goblin. Just like pivots and chucks it full force, and it just goes like straight in his eye socket, snapping the head back, and the orc chieftain just goes down.
Man, I'm going to make a slight edit. The spear goes into the orc chieftain, and the orc chieftain is sitting there impaled on the wall.
There you go.
Nice.
But it's otherwise all that.
And a bag of chips.
And a bag of chips.
Yeah.
You hear
Mustard
the clatter of
chips.
Oh, no, not the mustard. Not the mustard.
You hear the clatter of his scimitars as they drop to the ground. Head rolls to the side like this. Are you doing anything else?
I will move up ever so slightly.
Okay.
I think. We'll be a little bit bold. We just took down the orc chieftain. We'll press our advantage. We'll move up.
All right. Goblin warriors go. This goblin warrior, I think, is going to attack Krisana.
Bring it, asshole!
Ooh. Is going to potentially hit you unless you've got something you can do to try to avoid it.
I can ask nicely to miss.
Then it hits for 14 damage.
Because I have already gotten this round, right? So.
Gotcha.
How much?
14. They done hit hard on that one. McCander.
All right.
This warrior right.
Gonna have to do this the old.
Sorry, go ahead.
I am at -3.
So you're just at 0.
Okay.
This goblin warrior, seeing all the dead corpses, drops their long spear, drops to their knees with their hands above their head, saying, "Please don't kill me." And I believe that is it for the goblin warriors.
So one of them,
So then,
decided to give up, and the other ones are all still fighting.
That Goblin Warrior surrendered. That Goblin Warrior attacked Kursana. And that's the only two that are left alive that I see.
Oh, because the other three are scouts. Gotcha.
Yeah, the other three are scouts. So we'll do initiative here real quick.
I like the fact that the initiative changes every round. Like, yes, it takes a little bit longer, but it's cool because you know, it's not always the same. You never really know what's going to happen. Situations shift.
Well, and I like too, if you want to delay, you trade a card with someone else higher up.
Right.
Which could be a bad guy or could be...
Or lower down.
Doesn't necessarily have to be an ally.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like. I do also
it
like
allows,
that you can use
allows
your
for a little bit
abilities
more...
if you haven't gone yet to...
yeah, allows for a little more tactical play, whether you want to go early or want to go late. Like, it's not...
Right.
You're kind of stuck with whatever build you made. I like that.
All right, so Kursana, you are first.
I'm unconscious, so.
Oh, right. Hey, so now everybody, we can look at the death rules. So, each round, you roll against your con. So roll a con roll. You cannot push this roll.
That one.
Okay,
Wow.
so lucky bastard. So if you got a dragon roll or a dragon roll, that counts as 2 successes. So on your character sheet where it shows the death save.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
That's right.
Usually
We play double for that kind of money. So where we show death rolls, we do 2 successes?
Yes. And basically, if you get 3 successes, you come back at like 1 hit point.
Okay. And if you get 3 failures, you die?
Yes.
Okay. You do not
And there is
pass go.
Players do have the ability as an action to try to rally you by persuading you. You can technically try to rally yourself, but it's with a bane because you're dying.
Chat redeems
but
a
that-
heal. GM Bryan gets a heal for the bad guys when he needs it. Oh! Do the bad guys make these death saves too?
Not really, no.
Okay.
But I am going to roll a thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I'm going to give this guy a little extra health as a polite way to say, I want to kill the players. So thank you, Grinder. I appreciate you. Okay, so that's Kursana's turn. So Makander, you are next.
Gander will just swing at that one right in front of him.
When you say the one right in front, you mean this guy here?
Yep.
That surrendered?
Oh, sorry, I forgot he surrendered.
Or
not
do you want to
that
do
one.
this guy here that did not surrender?
Yeah, the not surrendered one.
All right.
Oh, what's...
You know what?
Yeah.
I think that guy is gonna try as best they can to see if they can block, because they don't want to die.
That does make sense.
So the guy does block. However, you did 11 damage. Let me double check something real quick.
I did 16 damage. Because he's a Night King.
Yeah, but you hit the spear,
okay.
not the. Although I have been saying they're using goblin weapons. I'll let it go this time. And if it's only got a 9 durability, so that goblin spear is broken. So that means that warrior will attack with a Bane when they roll to attack.
Awesome.
If they and they won't attack this round anyway. Are you doing anything else?
That is it.
Bastion, you're next.
Wonderful. I think I am going to try to take out this goblin warrior that did not surrender and make it regret its life choices.
Well, and they have no actions left to do anything to help themselves. So yeah, that's
Yep. Ooh.
Push it.
Do you want to push your roll?
Yeah, you know what? I am going to push that. You know what? I'm going to be angry.
Okay.
Push it real good. Doot, 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 doot.
Did you roll for your...
I tried clicking. Yeah, hold on. I'll try it again.
Well, and sometimes it lags a little bit too.
Oh, or maybe I just need to... Oh, here we go. Maybe No, that's not doing anything. Hold on. Maybe I just need to refresh the page.
I had to refresh mine.
Oh, no, it just did it a whole bunch of times. Okay.
So let's see, which one was the...
Jesus.
You had the 19 before, right?
It was something like that.
So then the 11 would hit, and that's for 18, and that, there's no way.
Jesus.
That's a lot of
There's no
damage.
way it's surviving that one.
Holy shit, that's almost max.
Yeah, that's a dead gobbo.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
that's a
is
bad
a dead
attack to
gobble.
not have any kind of defensive ability against.
Me dead, Jim.
And then I guess I will come up over here.
All right. I'm gonna roll something real quick here. Let's see here. So this is not actually the thing that I'm rolling is not actually the thing that they're doing. But effectively all of their non-proficient stats are low, so I'm just rolling against that. So the Goblin Scouts failed, so they also surrender. So we are effectively out of combat. However, what we're going to do is, since no one else, none of the other players went that round, we're just going to draw initiative for the 3 of you, primarily to see if Krisanna makes a roll to a death save basically before you guys are able to get to her.
Well, I have to fail
Makes
3
sense?
times, right? Isn't that 3 rounds?
Right, but if you roll a demon roll, if you roll an at 20, that's two failures.
Yeah. So I still am gonna have 2 rounds before they can get.
And they have to make a successful healing check to heal you.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
that's
go.
the
That's a
problem.
good point.
So it's not 100% certain, but
All right, let's do this. Let the rock off begin. Do 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 do.
And it looks like Krisanna will be first, so you will need to make another death save, which is a Constitution roll. I just want to kill one player character. That's so wrong.
So what does that mean? What does that mean? What happens there? What happens there? What do,
you got another 2 successes.
But I only have 3 boxes. There's not a 4th
Right,
box.
so since you have 3,
I mean, honestly, 2 nat 1s. Like,
you recover a D6 health.
Yeah.
So they actually do have a rule for that.
They do. So if you get 3 successful death rolls, you recover a D6 health. Also, if you dropped a 0 but survived, you need to roll against your con one more time.
Or what?
Well, roll against your con. Let's see if your luck holds again.
It did.
Jeez.
It's not a nat 1, but you know.
No, but you made your check, so you do not get a severe injury.
And I got a 5 on my heel, on my dice 6 heel.
not worthy! We're not worthy!
Oh, the sound alerts tonight are on point.
So well done. You survived without any major scars or injuries. You have 4 goblins that are currently your prisoner. I'm going to give you kind of a brief layout as you sort of explore the place. And then I'll also throw some of these guys in the Game Master layer to get rid of them here.
I recollect my weapons.
That is fair. I'm assuming you guys keep an eye on things to like...
Yep, check the bodies, make sure the goblins are locked away somewhere.
Yep, and I'll give me just a brief moment to get this sort of cleaned up here a little bit. This one was a...
It was at this moment
take a
that
short
he
bio
knew
break.
he fucked up.
Yeah, actually, this would be a great place to put a little bio break. Let's go ahead and do that and come back and say 10 minutes.
Sounds good. We'll take a quick little breaky break. I'm going to also run an ad while we're off, so please stick around through the ad, and we'll be back in just a few minutes and continue the game. Thank you, everybody, for being here and participating in Channel Point redemptions and sound alerts. It's made the game more of a blast than it normally is. So it's been great. So we'll see you guys in a few. Hey, I want to do your books, or did somebody else kind of connect you to?
He actually rescued me from Bahrain when he was in his army days.
Okay.
And he took a helicopter in. No, he's one of those guys who's got pretty good stories like that. So I wish it was cooler. He got onto me through Hunter.
Okay.
Hunter and he knew each other. Hunter Blaine is another series that I do the Preternatural Chronicles for. And Hunter he was pumping, Justin was starting his stuff, and Hunter suggested me. And the thing that sets Justin apart is he's like, talks the talk and walks the walk, in that he's like, I want to do this, and then he does all these things to follow through, like getting the sales up by working the promotion, by putting some money in, so we have really killer covers now. So he's one of those guys that like is hungry and also really easy to hang out and talk to, which are sometimes don't always go together.
That's something I like doing whenever people tag me in like the urban fantasy Facebook group with like 30,000 members or something.
Yeah.
Someone will post about me, check out this book, which is awesome. I love seeing that. And then I'll just randomly type in there, from a completely non-biased point of view, I like it, or someone will say like, oh yeah, I really like that book. And I said, and I hear the author is so extraordinarily humble as well. And not everyone catches that it's me who's the author. But when
it took me a second. It took me a second. I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I got to make sure. Wait a second.
I love doing that. It's a lot of fun.
I ran out into my studio and I was like, I recorded the audition, and it's exactly it's the exact kind of thing that I want to do. It's urban fantasy.
Right.
It's, in the vein of Jim Butcher. Like, this guy looks like he has it together. This cover's really professional looking.
Right.
Everything about it was so perfect. And I was like, so I just went after him like crazy. So I sent it off, and then I sent off another take, and then I sent off another take. I sent like 3 or 4 takes, and it was like, they allow you to send a bunch of different auditions. So I just kept doing it. I was like, here's another take, Justin. Here's a different approach. And so, like, it was so funny because I was like, I'm going to annoy the crap out of this guy. Oh my goodness. I hope he doesn't hate me, but I'm going to send another one, so I just wanted it that bad. And so anyway, and then a few days passed, and he actually got back to me really quick. He was like, hey man, thanks so much. This is great. I'm so glad you're so passionate about it. Like, he's probably just being kind.
I won a Scribe Award last year for a novel I did for another tie-in company, Red Hat Productions, who does the Adventures of Basil and Mobius, which is very much James Bond meets Cthulhu. So it's
Nice.
really fun stuff. It's guns and monsters and fast cars and loose women, and it's just wonderful stuff. It's very, very campy and great. And I'm writing stuff with Eric Scott to be, and Tim Zahn, and Richard Lee Byers, and Ryan Shippen, who's the creator of this fantastic world. And it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
So you copy stuff like that, do it right at Pastiche, because I was forever running upstairs and embarrassing my dad in the middle of one of his dinner parties by saying, Dad, this book was great. Do you have another one like it? And I'd hold up some lurid paperback. Oh, who trails? She was staked out nude in the sun to die. It says the cover, and my father would go, son.
Still going through that process, or is it a lot more just you because they trust you with what you're doing?
I think there's part of it that's trust, but the industry as a whole has shifted away from as little amount of hands on the product as possible for cost. So cutting out directors. So we used to have, grew up in a studio system and started my, in a studio system. So there was a director, there was a casting director, there were producers, then there was a director, there was an engineer that was just running Pro Tools and the program, and then there was the voice talent. So you had all these people, and then there was post-production, and they would run it through someone who's listening just for mistakes.
Okay.
So it was a whole kind of thing, and it was great starting out because the directors were oftentimes narrators themselves. Vice versa. So I learned like so much by being able to work with people who already had years of experience.
In the idea that instead of taking levels of other classes, there are specific feats that give you portions of what it would be to level up. So that way, if you're a level 10 sharpshooter, you're a level 10 sharpshooter, but you can also, with your feat picks, go out and take, say, a mastermind class abilities. By taking the mastermind training feat, the advanced mastermind training feat.
Yeah.
And the advanced one gets you up to about the equivalent of level 7 or so in another class.
So I wrote Master for Maladies, and then I submitted it to my publisher, 47 North, and thankfully they liked it and they published it. And then I wrote I think I wrote The Authorities, but 47 North is a science fiction.
Right.
And there's very little, extremely tiny bits of science fiction in it. It's just, actually the little things I had in it that were science fiction, like they were so light that they actually became, reality within like 2 years.
Okay.
Like before the book was published, drones were better than I had them in that book.
Right.
But anyway, so I self-published The Authorities, and then I wrote Run Program, and they published that, and I was very happy about that. But I've sort of done a mix of self-published and published through either 47 North or through Audible.
Okay.
We took a picture of the tape. Like, he was like, don't take any pictures of this because people on the internet will take it apart.
And our intern at the time took a photo across the table of me playing and how happy I was. And he was like, yeah, go ahead and post that one. And then people literally zoomed in, like, you know, it's me facing her and all the papers on the table in front of us. And people were literally like drilling into that and like typing what they saw on the pieces of paper. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. We took a picture of the tape. Like, he was like, don't take any pictures of this because people on the internet will take it apart. And our intern at the time took a photo across the table of me playing and how happy I was. And he was like, yeah, go ahead and post that one. And then people literally zoomed in, like, you know, it's me facing her and all the papers on the table in front of us. And people were literally like drilling into that and like typing what they saw on the pieces of paper. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
When you were writing the novels for something like Shadowrun and, you know, BattleTech or any of those, how much of the game system did you make sure to put into the writing? So if, you know, if in D&D terms, if somebody throws a fireball and it's, you know, 20 feet wide and you need this spell component, do you put that in the story when you're writing the book, or are you just telling a story and forget about the system?
For me, the story was first.
Okay.
But the two universes were a little different.
The way I usually describe it quickly, the elevator pitch, I guess.
Yes, the elevator
is
pitch.
A guy discovers that he lives in a computer-generated reality, and that by manipulating this file that he's found, that he can change the nature of reality. And he immediately makes such a huge mess that he ends up escaping to the distant past, to medieval England, to hide out basically until the heat is off. And he figures he'll disguise himself as a wizard back there, using his ability to manipulate reality. And immediately he finds an actual wizard. And then, you know, discovering things about that wizard and about how.
And we're back. Da, 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 da. We almost died. Thank you for sticking around during the break. I appreciate you guys being here. I know hanging around during those breaks and the ads and whatever can be a pain in the ass, and oftentimes a good reason to click and go somewhere else. So for those of you that stuck around, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Very much so.
So we're not dead, and we get rid of our goblins.
You are not dead. You are out of combat. I'm going to give you a brief kind of description of this area now that you're able to sort of investigate it further.
And can we do a round rest or a shift rest?
Yes, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay. I just wanted to say it before I forgot.
So, as you explore the temple, obviously this was kind of the docks area, which I'm clicking over here, which I forgot what was the... what was the one that changes the... Oh, shift and then the thing. Okay. So, if I did that correctly, over at the docks area here is kind of where the entrance was and all that kind of stuff. This room here, at one point, may have been maybe some sort of storage or even meeting place, but has basically become the lair for the ward. You see piles of bones of its various meals. Many of the bones look humanoid in appearance. In this room, you where the four in this room up here, just to the north of it, is looks like where the warriors maybe made their sort of dormitories. It's a little bit cleaner, slightly nicer stuff, but still like bedrolls and some looks like some beat up beds that were kind of makeshift, made into a sleeping area. Whereas this room, which down to the southwest here, You see a bunch of filthy, nasty smelling sleeping pallets that you're guessing the maybe more of the Goblin Scouts or whatnot
Okay.
used as their sort of dormitory. As you come down this hallway here, you see a dining area, in which case, and see big hunks of meat on skewers that like charred meat. Those of you who want to can roll a bushcraft roll.
I absolutely want to.
Yeah. Roll all the dice, because even if you fail, you have a chance.
Right.
Persona definitely made it.
Failed twice. Yes.
And did you push the roll?
No, I have Bane because I took I'm angry.
Oh, right.
I did so bad.
Krisana.
Yes.
So I mean, it smells like cooked and maybe slightly burnt meat, but you realize as you get closer that it's long pork. It's a human flesh. Well, humanoid flesh.
Wait, is it humanoid or specifically human? This is important.
I mean, is it important? Like, if it's wolfkin, are you gonna want to eat it?
You rolled crappy.
What?
Sorry, you don't know, Bastion. You rolled crappily.
Oh, that's fair.
I will say this much though: it doesn't look like whoever cooked the meat did not do a great job.
Well,
got it.
Well, this is some sort of intelligent, upright, standing creature that they're
What
eating.
I will also tell you is in this hallway. So as you guys kind of get to here, I'll kind of move you up to here. That's what you sort of see as you look into this room here. In front of you, there are a set of double doors made out of looks like maybe a thick oak with a lot of metal bands. And in fact, some of the iron bands or whatever has even some sort of like decoration. At least it did kind of at one point in time. But you see the door itself looks almost burnt or charred, and you see these glowing red glyphs kind of slowly pulsing with this crimson light. And none of you are spellcasters, right?
Right.
I would allow you to make a Myths and Legends roll with a Bane if you want to get a better idea of what's going on there.
Sure.
Nope.
So none of you, other than knowing that it's magic of some kind, that's as best you can tell, that's what you can get. But you almost feel like there's almost this palpable presence of aura of sort of anger and hate and vehemence coming off of the door that you generally want to kind of steer clear of it. Like, none of you even get close enough to necessarily touch it. Because it's just, there's enough of an aversion, you just, impulse to be away from it, that you just, like, okay, yeah, I don't want to mess with it. In what looks to be the nicest quarters that have not been completely trashed, down here, just to the south of you, is, you see like this like queen-sized bed, and it looks like a chest and some furniture and stuff, and you're guessing that, I mean, it still looks well worn, and you can definitely see signs that this was maybe the orc chieftains where they claimed as their spot. But you do see that there are, it's a lot nicer in here. Like they didn't trash the furnishings.
Yeah.
Nearly as much.
Oh, I bet this is where the magic happened. I pull out my tools and start walking towards the chest.
Okay. And we'll get back to what that means in just a moment.
Yeah.
Um,
You don't know what this is the
room here-
where the magic happens? They don't know where that means?
right. This room here is looks like a larder storage for food and stuff, and you do see there are some supplies and stuff there. These and down this hallway here, there are these smaller rooms, which look like they originally maybe set up to be like a priest's cell is not the right word, but like their private residence and maybe meditation area. But it looks like they have the goblins more or less used it as like they either busted up or destroyed or took out whatever furniture was in there, and looks like they've been using it mostly as a cell. And sure enough, in this room right here, locked away behind a stout door, you see a wolfkin.
Does it look like the description of Gnarlfur?
It does indeed look like the description of Gnarlfur. Sans the lightning, but you get the idea.
Yeah, Gnarlfur, we were here to rescue you.
And I'm glad that you have. You are injured. I can help with that.
First, should we get you out of these doors?
Yes, please. And you're able to get them out. I'm not too worried about it. For right now, I'll just throw you all in maybe the dining room area. Well, actually, while we're doing, so we'll say maybe while Krisana's working on the chest and whatever in the room there, maybe you and Bastion, if you want to chit chat with Gnarlfur.
Yeah, we could maybe chit chat and maybe take some kind of a rest and do a little bit of healing.
Yes. So, you guys will be able to take a shift rest, so you'll be able to get fully healed.
Oh, nice. So then we just click the shift button or word, right?
Yep, I think you can hit the shift button and do your full rest.
Yep. Oh, wow. Nice.
Because it should heal up all your willpower, hit points, and I believe...
And I can reset my death roll thing, right?
Yes, and it resets that as well. Actually, I believe if you get your 3 successes or your 3
it resets
failures, yeah. So, Krisana, I would like you to go with making let's do a spot hidden roll.
Hey, Mr. Man, welcome on in. And thank you, Maeve, for the lurk. Much appreciated.
Maeve! We love you, Maeve. Is Roll20 taking its time, or?
What are we rolling?
Go ahead and roll me a spot hidden roll.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Okay.
I don't make it. Barely, but I don't
make it. So, as you start working on the chest, a trap does go off. I need you to make now an evasion roll, an evade roll.
Get the trap.
Okay, you barely managed to duck out of the way as a dart shoots out of the locking mechanism. It looks like it should have basically shot right at you, but you happen to just avoid it, and it hits the wall and bounces off. And
Well, that orc guy is really smart. I wouldn't have expected a trap. And then I look down the hallway, and I'm like, they're not even listening.
And it's got some nasty green kind of oozy stuff on it.
He must have wiped his butt with it.
Definitely looks like orc butt stuff. You are
orc butt stuff. He likes to do that orc butt stuff.
Go ahead and clip that. You. There you go.
So you've been reading a lot of Tusk Love then.
A lot of Tusk love. A lot of Tusk love. A lot of Tusk self-love. That was the first book in the series. Anyway, you're able to take enough time to get the chest opened in and of itself. The lock is not too terribly difficult. I would like you to draw from the treasure deck.
One card. Draw. Ooh.
What'd you get?
Ranged weapon. Roll a die 6.
All right.
Ooh.
Six. Hand crossbow.
Nice.
Find a well-oiled and maintained hand crossbow.
Man, I bet he wish he would have had this during the fight.
So now that you did that, I'm going to recall it just so it's out of the... Now that you know you have that.
No, I've got to add. Where's my... Oh, man. I don't have enough room in my backpack.
Well, you will have time during your...
It's a weapon. It doesn't count as in my backpack, right? Just like my weapons?
Well, you can have up to 3 weapons in your weapon slots.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you may have to sort some stuff out, but the ability is there.
Do these bad guys have backpacks?
The goblins do not.
Does this dude? In his room somewhere? No? Okay.
But there is a chest.
Like
with no key. Well, eventually you do actually realize you go search the orc body. There was a key.
Can we take the chest with us?
You can. It's a little beat up, but is otherwise.
Does the chest take up a slot?
Not in. Well, actually, the chest as itself, I believe, if I recall it. Where's my containers? There we go. Containers. A chest normally takes up 3 inventory slots, but itself can hold 20 weight units.
Wow.
It can take... It has an armor rating of 5, and it can take... Normally, like a brand new chest can take 25 points of damage. I'm going to say this one has taken a little bit of damage, and I'd say it's probably closer to it's got about 20 points left that it can take.
All right, so I put my torch, I put all of my shit in the chest, and then I throw the chest on my back.
Fair enough.
I need a new list to keep track of all my stuff in my chest.
Well, that's fair. As you kind of hike back up in with this, you guys see the halfling come in with a big old chest on her back, full of stuff.
Clever.
And sure enough, you do see as the rest of you are kind of not necessarily sitting down at the table, but at least kind of chit-chatting, kind of rewinding it back slightly while you were dealing with that, Chrisana. McCann or Bastion, is there anything you want to do or ask about specifically, or?
What happened with those, the rest that you traveled with? Were they, and I kind of look at the meat on the table.
They, when we were attacked, the goblins captured us, and well, they were saving me for last because I'm a spellcaster. And you see, kind of does a little thing, and you see like a little light, global light, kind of pops up, floating above his hand.
Do you?
So,
have you seen?
I was tainted meat. They left me for last.
Have you seen the door? The magic door?
Yes. It's part of why I'm here. I'm guessing maybe part of why you're here.
Yes.
Although none of you look, I guess, I mean, appearances I suppose can be deceiving, but you're all wielding metal. That's not something you do typically if you're dealing with magic. I'm assuming none of you are dabblers of the arcane arts?
No. At least I don't think so. I know I am not.
Well, I thank you for saving my life. I see you've even taken some prisoners. We'll definitely want to keep a watch. They are clever and opportunistic.
Good point.
And you see the wolfkin kind of limps up into that kind of storage area in the north and kind of grabs some things that are basically just kind of says, these are my personal belongings. The rest, no one else, the rest, feel free to pick through. Maybe you'll find something. The goblins have been raiding, using this as their base of operations and raiding the surrounding area for some time.
Oh, I will definitely take a look.
And to that point, in fact, what I would like each of you to do, I'm going to say, I would like I'm going to have each of you make, assuming you guys are kind of investigating the temple and kind of going over everything, picking up bodies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what I would like you to do, everybody is going to draw one treasure card automatically. Oh, by the way, Gnarlfur is the name of the wolfkin, if I forgot to say that. Gnarlfur is not drawing treasure, this is just you guys.
Sure.
Okay, now we have a backup character if one of us dies.
Hey, yeah.
Are you able to, okay, so I see Epic drew a card, Kit and Zine, are you drawing?
Let me draw. Draw one. How do I? Okay, yes. Now I can click it and open it.
You sure can.
My luck finally ran out.
So I have to roll evade. I find a poison dagger.
You do, in fact, have-
So that's terrible for me.
Yeah, because you roll with the Bane, don't you?
Yep. And my evade ain't awesome.
So I got that going on, which is nice.
Oh.
Oh no!
So I'm gonna roll a D3 for you.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm just gonna. Okay, okay. I need you. I remember how this goes. For potency, I need you to roll your Constitution.
Made it.
Okay, and then I am rolling. No, why did I? No, I didn't escape out of there. Why? Sorry, hold on a second. Okay. So it's a contest. So when you're doing poison, if I recall, it's a contested roll. Basically, you roll versus your con, it rolls versus its potency, and whoever succeeds better, basically, is more or less who triumphs, and then shit happens. And you.
I only made it by 3.
And it made it by 9, so you fall asleep. That being said, it is no longer a poison dagger, it is just a dagger. And then Bastion, what did you get?
Bastion found 2d6 copper coins.
Okay.
Which comes out to a grand total of 6. 6
Okay.
copper coins.
And Nick, did you roll for your silver?
I did. I got 2 silver.
Now, this is just the easy stuff you see lying about. All right?
Okay.
In addition to that, you can search. There are basically 4 rooms. I'll say 5 rooms that you guys can search. That each of you can search. You would search it with a spot hidden roll.
Oh.
So what I would say is, starting with the warg's lair down here, I would like each of you to make a spot hidden roll.
Holy shit, I made it.
Dang.
Okay.
Can you spot hidden while you're taking a nap?
Oh, I crit failed.
Hey, but you spot hidden's gonna go up.
Well, yeah, very likely to
Potentially.
go up, yeah.
Makander and Krisana can draw another treasure card as you find hidden amongst the bones and other horrible detritus that is the remains of many a warg meal. You find some more treasure.
I find a melee weapon.
Nice. I find a silver ring.
I find a long spear.
Oh, funny.
So the next room would be the Goblin Warriors dormitory. And you can make a spot hidden roll in that room. Looks like none of you find anything there.
Nothing.
You look in the Goblin Scouts dormitories down there.
Okay.
You can go and make a spot hidden check for that.
Yeah, crit.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh. Getting closer, but still missed.
All right, Chrisana, you get to draw a treasure card.
Is there anything for critting it, or just the fact that I get a skill check?
Just that you get the skill gets checked.
Okay. Whoa. Gold coins. You get 2d6 times 10 gold coins.
Times 10?
Those Goblin Scouts
Wow.
were hoarding a fucking fortune.
I didn't even get 2d6 times 10 copper.
That's why they tried to kill the chieftain.
God.
Right?
They knew he was gonna find out.
Damn.
Wow. Good roll.
That was.
I mean, it was
impressive.
average. It's average. 2d6. I got a 6.
Oh, yeah.
You got 10 times as many gold coins as I got copper.
That's okay. It'll pay for our wagon.
And then some. You then also get to search the kind of the storeroom area.
All right, here we go. This is Bastion's time to shine. Cut.
Hey, but at least you get a check in that skill. Oh, wait, you already got one.
God damn it.
If it makes you feel any better, I failed.
And then finally, for like one last check as far as for in all of the different little rooms.
Did Matt, you succeeded though on that, right?
Nope. I got an 8.
Oh,
Need a
yours
5
is
or less.
Yeah.
All the individual cells, as well as the maybe any hidden nooks and crannies in like the orc chieftain's area, you can roll one more spot hidden.
Nope. You know, I'm gonna push it.
I'll take the free dot.
I still fail on the push it, which sucks. And now,
You know
Just
what?
to let you know, then that condition will hold over then, even after the rest.
even
I'm
after the
gonna
rest?
push it too.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we already did the full rest, so anything you're pushing as of now is going to count towards this time.
Well,
I'm
but
pushing
until
it
we
and,
rest
like-
again, right? If we rest again.
Until you rest again.
Oh yeah. I figured that was the case.
I'm going to go with the.
I was like, I have to do 2
rests
rests.
because
You just really want to find something.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
failed.
come on.
I am angry though.
Wait,
I am angry because I didn't find anything in that room.
Push it. God.
Especially
Nope.
after finding the freaking like chest, like beat up. Chest
Yeah, I
of
suppose that
the-
doesn't make any sense, does it? We're just
With
gonna
the
say instead. I'm
goblin
gonna say
skeleton.
exhausted. Exhausted makes more sense.
That makes
You know, because I'm
sense.
hauling around all this gold and a chest on my back.
With that being said, You guys have the goblins locked up. Gnarlfur does offer what help they can to heal, although you guys did take a shift rest, so that kind of fully heals you. Once you're done kind of searching the area and kind of dealing with the aftermath of that, admittedly, Gnarlfur has taken the remains and
Eating them.
gotten rid of them. Not eaten them, no, but gotten rid of them.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Kids. But as you're kind of sitting there, kind of going over everything that's happened, Gnarlfur actually looks over to all of you and says, this temple had been sealed due to due to events. The rumor mill being what it was, as far as the church said that it was due to bandits attacking and taking the place over, but it's a bit more a bit more conspiratorial than that. There are several fonts of power, for lack of a better term, that the Church of Saren Fey have built temples upon to harness its energy, so to speak. Holy sites, as you will. That's part of the reason why this well-built stone temple is out in the edge of the frontier, as opposed to, say, in the
town
city or some other large metropolis. That being said, something happened here which I only know a little bit about, having read some journal entries based off of a crazed survivor that actually survived the attack. Because there was an attack of sorts on this place, and part of the reason why I believe the Goblin Raiders and that Orc Chieftain were just those that took the opportunity to use the temple as their base of operations. But the temple proper, the actual church, if you will, is sealed behind those doors. Some great evil attacked this place, and I believe the head priest had sacrificed their life to effectively seal the temple doors with wards so nothing could get in or more importantly out of it. In fact, they lost their life doing so. But as you can see, the wards have been holding for now. But as you can see how it chars away at the door, the runes and wards are starting to become corrupted, and eventually they will give. I know I don't have much of a right to ask you, considering you saved my life, but I would beg you all the same, if you would assist me in purging the temple, whatever this evil may be, or at least making sure it doesn't escape.
I would help.
And if we can't defeat it, if we can, all the better, but...
Yeah, sure, but does it need to be, like, right away?
Well...
Like, we could probably go get some supplies to help us out.
You definitely... I mean, I can keep an eye on the wards. Admittedly, I don't move very fast, because you notice Gnarlfur does walk with a limp. With a discernible limp. I will keep an eye on the wards. I don't think we have much time, but my guess is it might still be a few days before they fail on their own. I'm sure you would have enough time to go into town, as it's not far away, as you know, and gather supplies, as you say.
What do you need? You should let us know if you need anything too. If you think there's anything we need to do this. You know it's in there more than we do.
Well, I've not been in the temple, I have not been past the doors. I don't know exactly what's in there.
My statement still stands. You still know more about what's in there than we do.
Well, I admit, while I have some magic at my disposal,
I mean, they sent you here for this, right?
I'm well, yes, to an extent, although I admit my knowledge is more of a healing nature, or perhaps and of a healing nature, and or maybe of an exorcism type nature, you could say, banishments and whatnot, especially for demons.
So they sent you here to take care of this, but they didn't tell you what you were taking care of?
They didn't know. All there was a couple of very brief journal entries described by the head priest, whom the surviving acolyte from this my apologies, I'm probably getting this a little mixed up. The person who survived the sealing of this place was not the head priest of this temple.
Oh.
But one of their young acolytes. A young human lass who unfortunately, when the church came to collect her, she was quite mad from the events that took place, and unfortunately was able to take her life on the trip back to the capital. But so there are only a few journal entries of snippets of conversation of things she said and the few brief moments of lucidity that she had. The actual high priest of this particular temple, again, died fighting off, or at least putting up the protective wards to seal the temple proper.
Okay. So
So
we need to break
not
in there
much is-
we need to break in there before the seals fail. Why don't we just wait for the seals to fail and all will be good?
Well, realistically, to deal with whatever corruption lies inside, we will have to break the seals or wait for them to fail. Which, if we wait on our own for them to fail, again, we may have a handful of days.
Okay.
Perhaps.
So either way, we got to get in there and there's bad shit in there. Good to know.
Event, yes.
But we don't know what kind of bad shit's in there.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
I am ready.
Oh, I would say, sorry, as a little aside and sort of a housekeeping thing, you also do, in addition to the treasure stuff that you guys found, there is a scimitar in good condition, a damaged scimitar, and some damaged chainmail from the orc chieftain. They are not of goblin make. They are like normal, regular weaponry in that regard.
So we could have a blacksmith fix them?
You could potentially have a blacksmith fix them. As far as the goblin weaponry specifically, you wouldn't really be able to sell it. However, I would say that for the goblin scouts, they do have quivers on them, and quivers are quivers.
Right.
So there was, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Here, throw them in my box.
So if you want, you can also add 7 quivers to your inventory too, if you. And for you to use your hand crossbow if you want it, then one of your inventory slots should also have a quiver as well. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. Well, I'm throwing it all in the chest now, and I can figure it out later.
Yep.
Because the
I
hand
would take one or
crossbow is
both of
also in the
those.
chest. So, what's that?
That's fair.
I would take one or both of those scimitars. Yeah.
Take both of them.
With that being the case, then what would you guys like to do? Did you want to head back to town just to?
Probably rest and like get provisioned. Well, we rested, but
So you do. I will say you do take a shift rest in the temple.
yeah, we already did that.
Which we already took.
I
care
can't
of,
hear
but
Brian. Is
so
there
you
something you
just-
can do to boost his volume? Yeah, he's kind of quiet, Maeve. I understand. I can't change
Who
that.
is? Am I not? Am I quiet?
You're quieter than everyone else. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Sorry about that. I'll try to be louder.
We'll get you a plug-in microphone or something down the road.
That's fair. Yeah, I am going off my laptop mic, so
Yeah.
it's not as good.
I am fine if we want to go in now. I mean, we're rested. The town didn't have, I don't think, much else that, even with what we found, that we could afford to really help out.
And look, it's like, well, I just got 60 gold.
Yeah.
I look at you. I found 60 gold in the other room. So like, we could even get some healing, right?
You see Gnarlfur's like, if you do happen to, it looks like, as Gnarlfur is kind of going through some of the bits and bobs in the storage room, it's like, it looks like the goblins have taken whatever bandages I had and used them as cloth wrappings, which they've also apparently soiled themselves in. Well, I don't need much. If you do happen to talk to, I believe the dwarf's name was Eli, I would happily reimburse for perhaps purchasing some bandages. I do have some knowledge in the healing arts.
I say I will give you 5 bandages if you can teach me how to use them.
I can certainly try, although I imagine Eli has much more knowledge of it than I do.
Yes, but figure if they go back, there should be 2 here and 2 that go. And so if you and I wait here, you can maybe teach me the basics while they
Sure.
run to town.
Would you also be willing to take the goblins with you to the sheriff?
Yeah, we can do that.
Again, they're clever and clever enough that I don't feel safe with them being here.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's smart.
Now would be the time to move them.
Okay. So with that, what I'm thinking for right now, because this is kind of a good spot to kind of wait, basically going into the temple proper would be kind of the next session and kind of the final little arc, as it were. But we can, unless there's people you specifically want to talk to in town, if you're just gonna do like a shopping store run, we can kind of do that off stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think we can get
Just
the
so that
blacksmith
way-
to fix Kit's scimitars and the chainmail if need be, and we could give him all of the goblin weapons as scrap metal.
To be honest, it's not even good enough to warrant.
To melt down.
Yeah, they probably just burn it.
Okay.
As far as that goes.
Sure.
Truth be told, they'd probably just burn the goblin bodies too, but
The living ones alive.
well, yeah, I don't know what the sheriff would necessarily do with them.
Well, that's not up to us.
There you go.
It's true.
I mean, technically, they were only trespassing.
Well, there's
The attempted
also plenty of
murder.
Evidence.
I mean,
There's
the
also plenty
actual
of
murder.
evidence to show that they were bandits, and yes, committed murder and cannibalism.
Hey, what's wrong with bandits?
Apparently, you will
Nothing.
find out if you ever get caught.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, as we finish up for tonight, again, we can do the purchasing stuff offline here after hours. But what I would like you to do is pick 3 of your skills that do not already have a checkmark dot next to them.
Bushcraft. Myths and legends. And crossbows. Crossbows.
Oh yeah, crossbows are their own thing. Okay. Once you've selected those skills, plus of course whatever ones you happen to roll a 1 or a 20 for, you can then click your little level up thing to see if any of the skills increase.
This is an important roll.
Ooh, my spot hidden went up.
Bushcraft went up, your myths and legends went up, your sneaking went up.
Oh, because you want to roll high.
Right, when you're leveling up, you want to roll higher than the
Right,
skill.
so then so my spot hidden is the only one that didn't go up.
Your spot hidden is the only one that did not go up. Everything else, though, did. That's awesome.
My bartering was the only thing that went up.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
sad.
up
A
arrow
1 on
button at the
bushcraft? That's sad.
top of skills, right?
Yep.
Oh, I got a crit on the advanced crossbows.
Yeah, sadly, a crit doesn't really do anything for
No.
it. Oh, let's see just happened there. So
Wow,
your
how
awareness
sad.
went up. Bushcraft, healing, that's good.
And I rolled really well when I didn't need it, and I rolled poorly when I did need it.
So just your sneaking and your spears didn't go up. Everything else did. That's pretty good.
That's huge.
All right. Yeah.
Matt, in addition, so technically you need a 15 and a skill to be able to be a teacher for someone else. I'm gonna kind of waive it for this time. Normally, when you have a teacher, and you usually pay money for it, but in this case, Gnarlfer will teach you out of gratitude. After you do all your leveling, you can put 1 more check mark in the healing skill and roll 1. A teacher allows you to get 1 extra roll on the skill.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yay! It went up. I now have a 6 in healing.
Nice.
So you learned that stopping bleeding is a good thing.
Wait. We boil the bandages before we put them on the wound.
Also, you learn this very helpful first aid tip. If it spurts, it hurts.
That's also a combat tip too.
That's also a combat tip as well. Yes.
That is not an in-bed tip.
So with that, I think as far as what I have, then we can do the shopkeeping stuff out of game or off stream, and when we return, deal with the corruption inside the temple proper.
Sounds good. Awesome sauce.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for being here so much today. I appreciate you all. You had to include that disclaimer. We did have to include that disclaimer. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I hope you guys have been enjoying the Dragon Bane game. Some of our games will probably be resuming here in a little while, so just stay tuned for that. And yeah, We're going to have tabletop role-playing every Wednesday night. Tomorrow, we're going to be joined by Seppi and Mark from Fight in a Box Games. We're going to be doing our demo to end the Kickstarter for End of the Line. So if you guys can come and join us, if you like board games, if you like some of the content we do when it comes to board games, come and join us tomorrow for End of the Line. We're going to be doing that, and you can get the tip, of course. End of the Line is an awesome game. We played it at Octenticon as well, and we played it here a couple weeks ago. So come on in. If you haven't gotten a chance to see it, come on in tomorrow and check it out. And if you did play, or if you did see us, come in and check it out anyhow, and get it on Kickstarter and hang out around for the shenanigans. Because every time Mark and Seppi are here, there's shenanigans. Every time. And then you add in the fact that we're going to have Pixel Nicks. We're also going to have Classic Sam and Steven the Shark. Steven is going to be coming and joining us for that as well. So come and join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central for that tomorrow. And of course, Only Human, or Once Human will return on Friday. And we're going to do some more of that. So with that being said, I also want to remind you guys that Monday is Dave Schrader from Discovery Channel. He's part of the Holzer Files, Ghosts of Devil's Perch, The Curse of Lizzie Borden. He's also a lead investigator for all kinds of events that happen all over the place. You can find him at conventions left and right. He's got a new book coming out, and he's coming back on the podcast to talk about that book. So we're going to see him on Monday. It's going to be good times, especially if you like the paranormal. So guys, with that being said, we're going to right on out to our friend Miso Thorny. She's doing Once Human as well right now and hanging out. So come along with us. Use my raid emotes, your raid emotes, anybody's raid emotes. Just make sure your voice is heard. Say hello to the one, the only Miso Thorny. For Matt, for Kit, for Brian, I am Nick, and thank you all for hanging around for Dragon Bane, and thank you guys for joining us and playing in the game and jamming as well. So have a good night, everybody.
You bet.